Hi everybody, Emily here today for Bramble Fox. I am sharing with you a layout I created using the super cute flowers that you can find in the Bramble Fox shop. It's a layer pack with loads of layer flowers and leaves, and it's perfect for spring and for all your sunnier layout, I would say. So I started by fussy cutting a lot of flowers. So I took this sheet from Paige Evans and I started to fussy cut around it. I didn't quite know what I was going to do when I started this layout. And it was actually about 2 weeks in the making with stop, start. So I've tried to represent that as well as I could on this video, and I've kept the whole process, and you can see where I've got some hit and miss. So at first I was going to keep the as a frame, and then I reconsidered and I decided to separate all the layer flowers from it. It's something I think on Morag's layout, one of her layouts, and I quite like the idea, and I decided to use that. And I had already fussy cut some of them black and white flowers a few weeks prior, and I thought it was a shame to let them go to waste and unused. So I then got inspired to create a wreath on this layout. So I placed them all around my page, and then once I was happy with the placement, I glued them down. I then worked on doing a hell of a lot of fussy cutting of all of the Paige Evans little flowers, and I have tried to speed you through this process because I think there was hours and hours and hours of fussy cutting. I tend to try and place them around the page as well as I fussy cut them. This helps me to see how much I need, and it kind of it helps me as well to gauge if I need to cut more. Also, do I need to remove a couple of branches or not, to see if it fits properly, because obviously we're completely dismantling the letters and keeping the flowers, but we need them to work, and we don't want branches that look odd together. So it's a fairly long process to do, but it's so worth it. You'll see at the end. I'm absolutely in love with this layout. I think it's one of my favorite one lately. I really love the end results, but it was all a hit and miss. It was all trial and error, and lots of happy accidents. Now that I've fussy cut most of the flowers that I want to use, I am starting to build up all of the layering on the wreath. So I had those little sticker flowers that was left over from my March hip kit. All of it is March hip kit anyway, apart from obviously my Bramble Fox bits. And every time I say it, it just Bramble Fox is so on trend that it marries perfectly with the latest products, and I always love using it with my kids. So I'm using those stickers from Jen Halfield from Pebbles Inks, and I am removing the stickiness by rubbing them on my hands. So that's something you've seen me do a lot lately, and you'll see me keep doing that. And it's a bit of a free waxing as well sometimes, because these ones were quite strong. But yeah, and I mounted them on sticky foam pads to start creating some volumes, because the black and white flowers, I stuck them down directly onto the paper. So now I'm playing with volumes and with sticky foam pads, and alternating with the Paige Evans flowers, and some of them are on the pad, some of them are directly on the paper, some of them are slightly behind the black and white flowers, and it's all about what pleases your eyes and want to create a natural look, a bit of a bunch of flowers or maybe some meadows or just that kind of natural look. I thought that the peach was a bit too strong and I wanted to add a little bit of brightness, and one of the good way to do that is to go around with some liquefied white paint or some white mist and to sprinkle it around your page and therefore to add a few white splatters. I then mounted my photos onto some cards, so I hesitated between the blue. I liked the blue, but then I liked the contrast of the white and black strips, and I thought it worked well with the black and white flowers, so I went with that. I had a look at maybe also incorporating that green behind it, but it didn't work with what I had in mind, so I just stuck with the black and white strip paper. I am now playing around by placing on my perspective. So these little packs are super generous, and it's just amazing how much is in there, and it actually took quite a lot of effort for me to use it all, and I really wanted to use it all on this layout because I wanted to create that feeling and that look of abundance, and yeah, it took quite a lot of effort. I had this Hello perspectives like from a pack I had purchased a few months ago, and I thought it was absolutely perfect for this layout. Also, the blue was very similar to the backing blue from the Paige Evans papers from which I fussy cut all the flowers, and I like that reminder for that. And yeah, so now I'm placing all of the little flowers. I'm trying to coordinate it, I'm trying to balance it. Some of them I'm placing on top of other flowers, paper flowers, to create that bunch of flower effect. Some of them I'm placing behind. It's all a balancing act, and it's really a matter of taking your time and finding where you want everything to be placed. Here I am adding the little word sunshine under the hello, because I thought hello was not enough as my title, and I like the hello sunshine, and I loved how it matched as well with all the flowers and that spring effect. Also, the photo I've used has a very sunny look about it. Here I'm stamping some journaling, and this is where I'm creating one of those happy mistake, I suppose. And I don't know what went through my head. I just started journaling around, and then I'm putting around some black Nuva drops, and I don't like it at all. You can see me hesitating, thinking about it. Then I'm going over the black dot with a pink dot, and I think it's just going rapidly downhill there. And usually in this kind of instance, this is where I grab the craft knife because I really don't like at all where that went. I'm not happy, so I slash right through the middle because it's a point of no return, and I decide to fussy cut around the internal edge of the wreath. I mean, come on, this layout was already 2 or 3 weeks in the making. There's loads of hours that went into it with all the fussy cutting. I wasn't about to give up. And I think it turned out to be one of those definitely happy accident. I mounted the layout on top of that green backing, that green pattern paper as well from Paige Evans, and I mount it on sticky foam pads, and that's just one-sided sticky foam pads, so I'm applying some glue to it to make it stick. It's all acid free. You can find it in any kind of craft art stores. You can find them on kids section. So I've used that to create volume without using tons and tons and tons of sticky foam pads, which are way more expensive than these. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. Then I'm grabbing the craft knife and I'm removing all the Nuva drops that I had placed around the page. So there's some areas where you can see there's some black stains, and there's some area where the papers, the bit of papers came off. But I fixed that by placing around those little paper dots. They're almost like an enamel dot, but they're not. They're actually made of paper, and it covers all the mistakes, and it adds a bit of colour, and it's not as strong as the black, and it actually works really well. So yeah, I'm then much happier with it. I'm also covering some of the other marks with a few more white dots of white mist. And much happier with it. I then decided to punch out some butterflies in 3 different sizes. So I'm punching 3 butterflies in each size, and each size is in a different color of paper. And I wanted to repeat the blue from the title, so I punched out some blue butterfly out of the blue Paige Evans paper. And then the rest is from some mustard and some pink from one of the artwork from Heidi Swap. I am then stamping all of my journaling, and I'm placing around my butterflies. So as most of my layout, I'm placing them in a triangle shape around my photographs, and that helps the eye to go naturally towards the photograph. I then finish it off by adding a layer center around on my butterflies with some Nuva drops, and it creates a little bit of color. It creates a little bit of more interest, a bit more details, and it just finishes it off and make it look less like just a punched butterfly. It just makes it look like an embellishment, really. So there you go. That's about it for this layout, and I hope you enjoyed this process. I hope you like the layout. You can find more information on the blog post on the Bramble Fox blog. And thanks for all your comments and all your like. and see you soon. Bye!